Greetings. In the last couple of videos, we are looking for solutions to the problems at hand. But before we look for solutions, we also need to look hard and evaluate honestly the cause of the problems in our lives. In the last video, I mentioned a couple of examples, like the internet, especially in closed room, away from every eye, watching the TV programs, cartoons with children, adults. They have other movies and episodes. Some of it is bad, magazines, and so on. So we mentioned couple. So we need to look at those means and tools that spoil a whole stock of apples by placing one rotten apple inside. One rotten apple may spoil a whole storage. Just one. Let a spoiled apple inside the stock and look how it works. Every other apple will get rotten before too long. Very well. So, again, let me put it in short term, simplified manner. The media is the best tools in Satan's hands. Like Mr. Miles, he used to say to the members in the church, repeat after me. Okay? So please, repeat after me. The media is the best tools, the most powerful tools in Satan's hands. The media. This media can be used for good, and it is used mostly for bad, to corrupt. It could be used for good work, wonderful, blessed work. Look at Disney, some of the Disney cartoons that we grew up on, Cinderella, okay, and other cartoons. It was such a long time. And you can now watch, bad cartoons. You all know about that. You don't pay attention, but if you listen to those cartoons that your child is listening and watching, you will understand how bad and how much corruption they are doing to the little child from a very, very beginning, young age. Now, Mr. Miles, mentioned this, that, suppose, gays, this is one of the rotten things that is condemned in the Judeo-Christian book and the Quran of the Muslims. So Judeo-Christian book of the Jews and the Christians, it is condemned. Sodom and Gomorrah, all of us know they were destroyed. Let me stop here for a second and mention something about the Muslims, because I'm trying to rationalize between those three beliefs. According to the Quran of the Muslims, look what happened. When the two angels reached Sodom and Gomorrah, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah saw how beautiful they are, angels. Beautiful, wonderful look, gorgeous. So they wanted to mate with them. The males of Sodom and Gomorrah wanted to mate, to have sex with those two angels. So Lot jumped and picked up the two angels and took him to his house. The wife of Lot went to her people and said, we have gorgeous men in my husband's house. So all of them gathered and they came after the two supposed to be men, but they are angels, on the format or shape of males, a human being. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Let me tell you the punishment for the homosexuals in the Quran and the Bible. What was because we have some very evil, rotten people today trying to tell you, no, the Bible and the Quran do not condemn homosexuals. That's not true. That's a lie. Evil, rotten lie. So according to Quran and the Bible, In the Quran, it's more detailed. The two angels told Lot to leave with his family. So they took off, but the wife of Lot looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt, a statue. Now, the two angels went to the two edges of the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, the two tribes. To the two edges, they picked it up and flew to the high heavens. Oh, I'm sorry, before that. Waves and swarms of birds came over Sodom and Gomorrah, and each bird in its mouth a stone from hell. A stone from hell. And today, with the laser, we put on very small gemstones and gold names. So the same, those stones from hell with names, with each person name. So the bird knows exactly where to drop. And the stone will enter from the top of the head and keep piercing down through the whole body, burning, and then deep inside the ground. Sorry. Excuse me. So after all of them died, were burned with stones from hell, the two angels went to the two edges, picked up the Sodom and Gomorrah with their city, flew high to the heavens, flipped it upside down. Now they left a huge hole. So now the whole city coming down on top of the hole with every the single person from Sodom and Gomorrah under, creating the humongous, the greatest grave ever in the history of mankind. So now back to Mr. Miles and the video, and he mentioned how homosexuals, they spend millions of dollars to produce a movie to give to insinuate we are good, we are not so bad, it is just sex, no harm, everybody else is doing sex, but we are doing with our own kind, males with males, females with females. What's wrong? It's just sex, just different form. Now you see all kind of rotten sex, doing 9 shape and 6 shape and upside down and doggy shape and pig shape. So this is just another shape. Just males with males and females with females. So why you are so upset? So they spend millions of dollars to brainwash the decent among us to accept this rotten, evil act. That the Lord never, ever punished anybody in the same manner like this, but according to Islam, only one other nation was punished this way, from Sheba, which is Yemen today. They came with a huge army to destroy the black stone in Saudi, in Arabian Peninsula, and leading the army was an elephant to frighten the Arabs. And the Lord sent over them the birds with the stones from hell in the mouth, and each stone knew exactly where to drop. Only twice in the history of mankind, evil, rotten people were killed with stones from hell. Those who wanted to destroy the black stone, and those who were committing sodomy in Sodom and Gomorrah. So imagine how much the Lord hates this stuff. And those try to make it beautiful, decorated, acceptable. Nothing wrong. We are good. Like average. Anybody else is doing the same stuff, but in a different form, different manner. To bring, things, to calm the decent among us down. One day in Atlanta, Georgia, in a college called DeKalb Community College, Central Campus. Now it's Perimeter College. They changed the name through the years. I attended a meeting. I think he was a Pakistani gentleman living in New Jersey. He came to visit Atlanta just to give a lecture about homosexuality that is not condemned in Islam or Christianity. He was lying. But before he gave the lecture, because he knew the power, the power of attorneys, and how anybody can sue anybody else using a powerful attorney. So he started by saying, I'm an attorney, so shut up. Don't try to attack me because of homosexuality. He was a homosexual. So he was threatening the students in a college that they will be sued if they try to object. So accept what he's going to say. He's a homosexual. It is not condemned by the Lord, and he was lying, of course. And everybody should accept it and perhaps convert and become homosexuals themselves. To the students in college, first year college. So according to Mr. Miles, those homosexuals are spending millions of dollars on movies to make homosexuality acceptable, decent, not rotten and evil, and condemned by the Lord. The same is happening on a larger scale, not millions, but billions and zillions of dollars producing porn. And those who are working in those zillions of dollars to produce what hurts, they are making endless doubles in profit back. It's business that corrupts and destroys our children, our souls, and lead us to hell, eternity to come. And most of us are following blindly without using their brains and their hearts. If they just stop for a second to think, stop to think how much porn watchers, those who view porn all the time, how they are provoked, they want to make porn now, and it takes, some cases of rape and following rape not to be discovered, murder, kill innocent people just because they want 5 minutes of pleasure with this rape and to escape being punished by the law. So yes, this brainwashing by the media that costs billions of dollars for those who produce, and then it costs the people in each community zillions of dollars to pay to watch. You think you are watching free porn on the internet from your computer? How much you paid for the computer itself? You forgot that. How much time you are paying from your life instead of investing for a better life. So the media not only corrupts, but enforces filth on us, all of us, from 6-month-old until 60 or 90 years old, enforcing evil filth and enforcing what they want us to see, not what we want. If I'm a decent person, I would like to watch decent stuff. I start flipping through the channels. Like Mr. Miles says in New York TV, with the remote control you have 120 channels. Not even one decent enough. Alright, well, I think this idea, took enough discussion. We have so much more to reflect over Mr. Miles, this kind evangelist from the US. I hope you can, you know, reflect over more of his wonderful sermon that he gave. I don't agree with much of what he said, but you know, I'm picking up the good points first, and then we'll come to the few issues that I disagree with, and we'll talk about that, and I'll tell you why I disagree. Of course, I have to make sense, not just disagree for just disagreeing. I don't do that. I have to prove where I stand. If I don't stand on solid ground, I will fall. If I don't give out honest talk, I may lead you astray. And that's the furthest away from my heart and my mind. Rest assured of that. And you can judge. Just listen and evaluate everything you hear from me. Don't accept blindly. Don't live accepting anything blindly. Just like that. Even the holy books, you have to question every single one. The Quran of the Muslims, the Lord of Islam, pushes the Muslim to think and rationalize and check out. The New Testament, Jesus said, check everything. Check everything. In the Bible, Jesus said that. You have to check everything you read, even if they say this is from heaven above. Check everything. Don't accept anything blindfolded. How are you going to walk after that? With closed eyes? How far? How good is this decision on your part? Think about that. All right, till we meet next time. Be safe. Please make better decisions in your life. And later on, I'm gonna invite you to have me as your buddy, as your friend, in case you need my help in any way or in any advice. Take care and good luck. Peace.